Hey guys, I'm going to do my week 3 post uh, reaction, post game reaction to the Washington football team and the Browns. So the Browns went out and got a win. Um, they didn't look like super polished. They kind of stumbled a little bit in that third quarter. Um, but overall, as a team, I think they played very well. I think that the players, the stars on the team that were supposed to shine, and the players on the team that are supposed to make this team better, went out and achieved their goal. They played their role. They did their job. Um, Overall, like I said, it was kind of not super clean, not a super clean game. But when they needed to make plays, when they needed to pull out, uh, convert a third down, they went out there and they executed. Um, this is some good positive momentum, and I think that they're finally like starting to. You can see that they're starting to fall into rhythm a little bit more. They know what they're supposed to do. Um, that defensive line for Washington was causing havoc on the in the passing game. Um, but like I said, whenever not like when they like for example Odell, when Odell played in that Ravens game, like dropping that third, that pass that was thrown to him to keep a drive alive just was backbreaking. Um, this game, he he caught the ball. He made big plays, even though they weren't really flashy. He did what he was supposed to do, which is to catch the ball, extend the drive, and be a reliable receiver, consistent receiver. That's all we need. That's all we need, because this is what's going to happen. Cleveland right now is running the ball very well, and because they're running really well, they don't need to throw as much, right? Um, which if that's the formula to win, then they should keep doing it. Um, if they continue to run the ball really well, teams are going to have to do something about it. And when they do something about it, that's when Odell, Jarvis, and all the other receivers and Baker are going to be able to hook up, because they're going to have to respect the run. They're going to have to put one-on-ones on these receivers. And as you saw in the Bengals game, if you put a one-on-one with Odell, there's a good chance that he can beat you. Um, in this game, they tried to get Odell a touchdown um, early in the game, and he Baker underthrew it, and he went up and swatted the ball out of the defender's hand, because it was going to be an interception. So I'll say this: on that play, the pocket was starting to collapse. Baker had to make the throw a little bit quicker than I think he wanted to, and I just, by the position that he was in, it almost looks like he he couldn't get his whole full arm behind it. So he pretty much underthrew it. He was still kind of accurate because if you look at it, he kind of threw it directly at where Odell was when the ball was like right there. Um, but you could tell he should have thrown it more towards the back corner of the end zone and let um, Odell catch it, because if that ball is over the receiver, I mean over the defender, that's a touchdown. I believe if Baker had like another extra second to throw that ball a little bit cleaner pocket, um, I'm I'm almost certain that's a touchdown. Um, so good play on Odell. The line didn't hold up enough, but once again, Washington's line is like rated like top five. D line is rated top five in the NFL. So I mean, you can't really expect them to be able to keep a clean pocket all the time. Even though whenever it was a third and long or something like that, they held up. They did enough to make the game to continue the drive. Um, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb are just shredding people. This O line for the Browns is really good at blocking. That's what they do well, and eventually teams are going to have to start doing something about it. And when that happens, it's going to open up for the receivers. I think right now the receiver room is probably not as motivated, not as happy with the amount of passes that they've been getting. um, but just stay patient, and I'm pretty sure when defenses start respecting the Browns' running game, they will get their opportunities. Baker has the arm talent to get them the ball, and I believe he's in the right system right now to develop. I think that Baker was borderline almost a shot quarterback after last year. Um, I think it was a very humbling year for him, and it's not fun because it's almost like the entire media, sports media, is like whenever they need a segment to kill time in any like sports media talk show or something like that, it's like old reliable. Just talk about Baker Mayfield, and everybody just goes out there and shreds this guy. Now they're saying that he's not talented. The first year when he broke the rookie touchdown record with three less games in the season, he was the next like he was like the next John Elway, or the next, I mean not John Elway, the next Mahomes. Like he was just the guy. Okay. Then he got put into that second year with that horrible. I'm not even gonna call him a coach, because that guy was. I could have probably coached a better game than he did. Freddie Kitchens. Okay. So he gets put into this horrible system where his defensive line, his O line, isn't equipped to isn't good enough to protect him long enough for these plays to develop, and then all of a sudden he looks horrible, and that's all the freaking sports talk media can talk about, is how horrible Baker Mayfield looks and all this other bullshit. Um, I'm not gonna lie, he looked bad, but at the same time, like it wasn't like he was put in the best system to thrive. Um, it's just silly, like just stupid. Anytime any sports talk program needs 15 minutes or something to fill up or kill time. That's all they want to talk about is how the Browns. So check this out. The Browns could go out and win against the Bengals. And people are going to, first of all, people pick them to lose against the Bengals. Then when they win, oh, well, it wasn't because of Baker, or oh, the Bengals was a horrible team. But then if Joe Burrow would have won, it would have been like, oh my God, Joe Burrow's so good. I mean, Joe Burrow is a good quarterback. What has he won? He hasn't won anything. He hasn't won a game this season. And everybody's like giving him the Baker Mayfield treatment. Oh my God, this guy's so good. This guy's this guy's that. Watch. Next year, he doesn't win a couple games all of a sudden. He's a piece of shit again. Like they'll start talking about him like he's nothing. Um, so it's kind of funny how if Barrow goes out there and beats, if the Bengals go out there and beat Washington, all of a sudden, oh my God, Burrow was so good. If the Browns beat Washington, it's like, oh, well, it's just Washington, and Baker didn't really have to do much. It's like he can't really win. The Browns can't really win. The only way they can win is if they go out there and then just shred the teams. And even if they do that, unless Baker is throwing 50 passes and getting 4 or 5 touchdowns a game, they're still going to say he doesn't have the talent anymore, because now they have this thing where whenever they need time to talk about, to kill time on a program, whenever they need to kill time on a program, all of a sudden it's like, well, let's just talk about Baker Mayfield because everybody has something negative to say about Baker Mayfield. So let's just do that. It's just pathetic. This coming Sunday is the game, Browns versus the Dallas Cowboys. If the Browns can win this game against Dallas at Dallas, I think that they have a very good chance of making the playoffs. Now, that doesn't mean that if they lose, they can't make the playoffs. It's just that if you want to prove to yourself that you can hang with the big boys, you need to beat this team. This is like defense. Dallas's defense is ranked like 30th or something like that. There's no reason why you shouldn't go out there and score 30-35 on these people, on this team. So I'm just gonna say I would not be surprised if the Browns win this game. I'm rooting for them to win this game, but it's probably because of our defense, our Cleveland defense. It's probably looking like the Dallas is going to win, unless the Browns can control the clock, go on lengthy drives that end in touchdowns, kill a lot of time, kill a lot of clock, and not let our defense have to go up against Prescott that much. We need turnovers in this game. Like, I don't think we can just go drive per drive and win, because eventually we will be stopped and we won't be able to convert or something like that. I don't want to see field goals. We need touchdowns against this team, okay? And we need to, once we're up ahead, we need to really start slowing the clock down. I'm talking, 5, 6, 7, 8-minute drives that end in touchdowns to beat this team. Can the Browns do it? I think they can. Will the Browns be able to do it? I don't know if they can. So if they win, I wouldn't be surprised. And I'll be happy they're going to be 3-1, and they'll put a lot of people on notice. If they can't win this game, then it was kind of like they're facing an offense that's probably better equipped to beat the Browns than the Browns offense is equipped to beat the Dallas. So that's my prediction on that. I'll talk about the game afterwards. If we lose, if the Browns lose, all I really want to be able to say is we lost because of our defense. I don't want to have to say we lost because our offense couldn't get shit done. There's too much talent on this offense for us not to go up against like the 30th ranked defense and not score consistently. If we lose, I want to be able to say, hey, our defense let us down. I don't want to have to say like, dude, we barely scored 10, 15 points and they got 30, because that's just not going to cut it. So even if we lose, I think it'll be a positive. If our offense looks good, if we're able to compete and make it close in a losing effort, I just want to see them execute correctly, make plays when they need to make plays and stuff like that. If we lose, let it be because of our defense, and Dallas's offense is like really good. So I'll talk about it after the game, and I'll see you guys there.